Hello, hello, my beautiful friends. We are back again for another moon ceremony, and it's gonna be a juicy one tonight. I have no doubt about that. This incredibly potent full moon in Scorpio. Oh, let's dive in. So, just in case this is your first time encountering me, I am Safrianna Lughna, the Queer Spirit Guide. I am a licensed trauma therapist turned transformational mentor, CEO, speaker, and author. And I love gathering in just sacred ceremony and tuning into the energies that are here for us to work with, to use for our greatest and highest good. So, if you've been tuning in, if you've been alive at this particular moment, feel free to drop in the chat a word that has felt top of heart lately, because I would say here in this Scorpio energy, I've been talking to a lot of friends who are experiencing uh we'll just we'll call them stabby emotions. One of my friends literally was like, feeling a little violent right now. Like, what is this feeling that's bubbling up under the surface? There is a lot of collective rage. There's a lot of collective anger that's here for us now. It's teaching us about our sacred work, our boundaries, our needs, all of this. It is here for us. So we don't have to be afraid of this, but I think that anger is one of those emotions we've been afraid of, and fear itself is one of those emotions that we've been afraid of. And all of that is here for us now to look at and play with. So, again, feel free to say hi in the chat if you'd like to. No one is ever required to. Part of the reason I do these ceremonies the way that I do is so that people have privacy and can have an experience without having to out themselves in any way, shape, or form about what they're exploring. So you are always welcome to DM me or email me if you want to tell me about something, or you can state it publicly, because all is welcome here. So the way these ceremonies always go is we'll do a collective energy tune in. I'll invite you to set some intentions. I will then do an energy clearing for everyone, and then we'll take some time to go into a deeper guided visualization meditation before I pull some cards for the collective. All you need ideally is a notebook so that you can jot down any notes, your intentions, or anything else that comes up during this time. So, full moon in Scorpio. We have got some shit to let go of. That is really the biggest message that's here at this point in time for me, is we have some shit we need to let go of. And that's what we're really going to dive into tonight. So do be prepared to really confront some less pleasant, quote unquote, emotions, to be prepared to tune into what's blocking you, all of that. Welcome, Dory. So glad you're here. This energy is, like I said, it's potent, it's swirly. A lot of people have been feeling depressed, anxious, fearful, angry, all kinds of emotions we put in that sort of unpleasant category. And my invitation to you here, and I think the invitation in this moon, is really to renegotiate our relationships with these feelings, these sensations, these energies, these emotions that maybe we used to put a negative label on. Maybe we assumed that it's something we should avoid or resist. Actually, it's here to teach us, to point out to us what is potentially blocking our highest good. And when I say highest good, I don't mean this like love and light bullshit that's just bypassy. I mean this highest good that is in harmony and in communion with the actual reality of life. This shadow light journey, this growth journey, right? Growth can be so uncomfortable. So we have to renegotiate our relationship with these, again, quote unquote, unpleasant feelings, sensations, energies, because instead they're here to catalyze us. They're here to stretch us, to grow us, to bring us into a deeper sense of who we really are. So the invitation here, and yeah, I agree, it's been a wild energy. The invitation here is to tune into what's really rubbing at your edges, what's really grating on you, what is calling you into the next level. That's what it's here for. It's like, hello, little warning signs. This is what I need to get your attention with. These more gritty emotions, if you will, are here trying to show us something is going to shift, something needs to change. We're being called and invited into something different. So, we're also looking at what's blocking our magic. What is blocking us from being our most powerful self, our most tuned in self that is so awake and aware of our inner magic? What's blocking us from that? That's what I want to get into the root of tonight and invite you to really clear some shit out and to let some things go that maybe you've been really holding on to. So, this Scorpio full moon, it's a watery energy, it's a mystical energy. Scorpio is so often associated with the darkness and mystery. So, let's shed some light and go into this darkness. Let's lean into this darkness with our intentions and see what's there, what's hidden, what inner magic is ready to be free. So I'm going to invite you to set an intention. I'm going to copy some intention setting statements into the chat here. But the invitation is to think about, what are you calling in? What do you want to embrace more of? What are you ready to release? So, full moons are a great time to really do that extra releasing work. So, if you really want to set an intention to let go of something, you're already very aware of what you need to let go of. Maybe that's your intention right now. But we will get into that with our visualization tonight, I'm sure. So let's take some moments here. I'm going to do this with you as well. I have my moon notebook. And we're just going to take about 30 seconds here to jot down an intention. Just the first thing that comes to mind, what you want for yourself, what you're working on, what you're sitting with, what you're sinking into. What's here for the next 2 weeks for you to be with between now and the new moon? Christine says, I'm calling in more joy and peace in my life. Love that. Oh, we all need more peace and we all need more joy. Let's call that in for everyone, because these are the energies that allow us to move and grow as a collective. Thank you for naming that. I am letting go of the stories from the past that are keeping me from being present with what is now. That's what came through for me. So, as you're continuing to set your intentions here, I'm going to begin us on the process of the energy release, because you may notice as you begin to set your intentions or think about what you're calling in, what you're manifesting, what you want to bring more of in your life, that you immediately get that feedback. You get that immediate information that says, oh, I can't do that. That's not for me. I call these our blips. And our blips are showing us exactly what we need to clear, exactly what is kind of standing in our way that we can do some energetic and emotional work around. So I invite you to just breathe here. You can continue journaling. You can take care of yourself in whatever way you need. We're just going to clear whatever's coming up. Ooh, I love this. I'm setting the intention to observe my emotions rather than getting caught in their storm. Oh, I love that you said that, because that's exactly what's here that I feel like is in the Scorpio energy. In fact, as I was tuning into this, it's like, man, this is like a storm. It's a swirl of emotions. It's this dark, stormy sea. And how can we observe? How can we stand back and really observe what's here? So just breathing here, inviting you with every breath to call yourself back home. With every exhale, releasing anything inauthentic, anything that you're carrying around from the past that's not really here for you anymore. Breathing in, coming home. Breathing out, letting go. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Releasing on behalf of the collective. This Inappropriate anger. And I really want to sit with this here. Anger is about boundaries. Sacred rage and boundaries are so important. But false anger that blames and points fingers and shames and obfuscates, that's what we've started to associate with anger. We need to reclaim this. So, reclaiming our boundaries, reclaiming what's sacred to us, what's true for us. So, breathing in, calling yourself home, releasing, letting go of anything untrue, anything that does not belong to you. Just acknowledging we have stories from the past, we have self made limitations, we have fears, and we have these unpleasant, sticky emotions. Some of those might be here to teach us. Some of those might be here because they're just stuck. They've just stayed past their welcome. So, whatever it is, just that can be released, that's ready to be released, letting that go. And I really invite you, if you feel comfortable to do so, to bring in some physical movement and maybe shake any energy out that's ready to go, maybe sweep the auric field. And again, we're getting rid of what's not really here to serve us, what we've already chewed on, what we've integrated that really never needed to be integrated. That's what we're letting go of. We're not letting go of the markers of our unpleasant emotions. We're not letting go of information that we need. We're letting go of what we really don't need for our highest good anymore, the stuff that's keeping us stuck. So we're going to keep going in this releasing as we go into our visualization, our meditation here. And you can receive this as a guided meditation. You can also have your eyes open and journal. You can get up and move and dance. You can do whatever you need to do because this is for you. But whatever you do, make yourself comfortable and tend to the needs of your body, because I just want to say, we are going to be working with maybe some fear, maybe some more challenging emotions tonight. So just be tender with yourself and know you only have to go as deep as you are ready and willing to. So finding yourself comfortably, eyes can be opened or closed. We'll just begin to tune into the breath here in this present moment. Just following the rise and fall of your breath for a few inhales and exhales. And beginning to sink into the body. Beginning to just be here in this present moment, letting go of the thinking mind, releasing anything from your day, any stress that you're ready to release. Maybe letting the shoulders relax away from the ears. Just sinking into what's here in this present moment. And as you do so, beginning to transition down from the thinking mind into the heart space, opening the heart to that potency of unconditional love. And we'll open the heart by calling on a recent loving moment, whether with a loved one, an animal companion, or a moment in nature, a moment that you felt deeply connected and resourced. And if no memory comes to mind, you can always imagine yourself surrounded by a field of your favorite animal and all of their little babies, and just melt into the beauty and the wonder and the love of all creation. And as you open to this and you anchor into the power of this unconditional love, beginning to open a portal in the heart that opens into a stormy sea scene. Seeing the dark clouds, the churning waters. You step into this portal, into this scene whenever you're ready, knowing you are perfectly safe and that these elements are here to guide you, here to teach you, here to tune you into your own inner wisdom. So as you step out into this scene, watching the storm unfold before you, sensing, knowing, however you receive information, I invite you to call in an angel, ancestor, guardian, or guide who wishes to work with you as you face this storm head on. Allowing this guide to be here with you. And if no guide appears, or if you want an additional guide, you can invite in Scorpion energy here. Receiving your helpers, you find a massive boat, or maybe it's not massive. There's a boat for you there. Sitting right at the edge of the sea, rocking. And you know that you are here to go on a voyage, to face some of your fears. Your guide or guides are here at your side. You are safe, supported, and loved, unconditionally held as you move into your boat. And as you begin to set sail across these tumultuous waters, somehow safe and held despite the fear that might churn around you, despite the fear that might arise within you as you recognize you're here to confront fear itself. You and your guides move out into the sea, and you can see and sense the swirl of the storm above you. You can feel the pressure, the crackle in the air. You can feel the change in temperature. You can feel the way the storm impacts you, the way that maybe even the rain begins to fall on you, or you see lightning strike in the distance. Just feeling what this storm is like for you, that quality of this energy. What is it bringing to your surface as you sail deeper into the sea? Just noticing, observing, breathing, being with any fear or apprehension that arises. Or maybe this is fun. Maybe this is an adventure as you go out to see what there is to see, continuing to feel the swirling storm around you. Notice what emotions are present, what emotions rise and fall, what emotions strike like the lightning or fall like the rain. And as you get further out to sea, you begin to feel a warm glow from within you as you tune in to the reality of that magic spark within you, your willpower, your inspiration, your desire. You're aware of both this storm, this churn and tumultuousness, as well as this growing warmth and light within you. The shadow and the light are present here. And the reality is that your magic, your spark has been dimmed. There are ways that you've been holding yourself back, beliefs or blockages that have kept you stuck. So as you continue out to sea, You find the storm beginning to clear just at the center, finding the eye, finding that calm place. And your boat can come to rest for a moment here, gently rocking in the waves on the sea as your emotions rise to greet you, as your desires and dreams rise to greet you, as the reality of those little blockages, those places that you're stuck, come up to greet you. Here you can see the full moon overhead. Even as the storm swirls, you can feel that grandmother moon glow, kissing your skin, blessing you. And as your boat comes towards more stillness here, your guide or guides would like to help you perform a ritual. They'd like to help you identify and extract some of the toxins, some of the poison that you hold within you. Whether your guides use their hands, whether they literally are able to suck the energy out of you, pulling it out like a rope. Whatever it may be, your guide is able to assist you in locating in, around, or near your body any toxic beliefs, any old poisoning wounds that you might be able to face and release now. So just noticing what comes up, noticing what stories arise as your guides are here, helping energetically assist you, emotionally assist you to release whatever toxic thing you've been holding on to. This thing that's been blocking some of your magic, keeping you from pursuing the highest vision of what you're calling in. Just allowing yourself some spaciousness here to commune with your guide and allow them to assist you in pulling up and out any toxins or poison beliefs that you're ready to release now. Feeling lighter and lighter. Releasing, releasing. Gently handing over to your guide whatever you're ready to let go of. If you've been stuck on a particular uncomfortable emotion lately, now is the perfect time to be with what it's been trying to tell you. And that fear you've had, that thing you've been thinking about doing, but you haven't done because you're scared, what's really holding you back? What's on the other side of that for you? Noticing as you breathe how the sea has calmed, the storm has started to dissipate. As you've just held this moment, this capacity to ponder, to be with, and even to release some of the poison you might hold within, other people's stories, that old memory that haunts you, any sense of lack of worth, just letting these things go as you're able, turning them over to your guides, turning them over to Scorpion energy, seeing them be dissipated, released, alchemized. You have the capacity to be with your fears, not to have to confront or fight them, but just to be with them, to notice them, to see them, and to hand them over to release them if you're ready to. You have the capacity to show up for yourself. You have the capacity to advocate for yourself, to draw boundaries, to live a life where you put your needs first and you make your wants possible. You have unlimited potential capacity to embrace the things that you dream up. You've dreamed them for a reason. So, tuning back into that spark within, that willpower, that force glowing within your center, and see if it shines brighter now that you've handed over some of the toxins to your guide. Maybe even bringing physical hands to your core if it feels good to do so. Just offering yourself love, compassion, peace, joy, serenity, play, freedom, honor, giving yourself the connection that you need, feeling the tenderness of your own love. This spark is within you for a reason. Your magic is within you for a reason. You are here to embrace and embody it. So allow yourself. And just checking in if there's anything else to hand over to your team to allow your guide or guides to alchemize. Seeing if there's any other toxic or poisonous belief or story swirling in you that you'd like to let go of. And if so, handing that over now. And once you feel complete, beginning the journey back to the portal of the heart, sailing across the sea that's calmed so much, seeing the clear sky, the stars, the moon, the clouds. Drifting, being, sensing, seeing, feeling whatever's here to feel. And tuning into any area in your body that you feel lighter, any area in your spirit or emotions that you feel lighter, and just taking stock of that. Just noticing what happens when you show up for yourself. And as you arrive back at the portal to the heart, just looking back over the sea and knowing that you took some time to confront, to be with some fears, some feelings, maybe some old stories. Giving gratitude to whatever guides showed up to support you, and giving gratitude to yourself for showing up to do the work. You can step back through that portal of the heart back into the physical body, taking some breaths. And blinking, the eyes open if they're closed, taking some moments to look around your space. Mm. Oh, I would love to hear anything that anyone wants to share. Hi, Trelawney. Nice to see you. If anything came up that feels relevant to share or to jot down in your notebook, take some moments to do so. Maybe you were able to identify some fears that you have that are holding you back. One part that was particularly profound for me was what are you afraid of, and like what's on the other side. And something I'm working with is just continuing to step into my authenticity and uh, really embrace my wants, my needs, my boundaries, and that fear, that underlying fear of abandonment that so many of us have, right? Because we're meant to be in connection and community. And I was like, okay, obviously that fear of abandonment's still there, but what's on the other side of this fear? And it was just this, well, of course, more connection, knowing where more connection can happen. I was like, oh, yeah. So I hope you had some profound moments in that. And as always, you're welcome to share in the chat, or you can DM me privately or email me. But I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards for the collective as we're journaling here. Tonight, I'm actually pulling from a deck I've never pulled from live before, I don't think. This is the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle by Lon. Very beautiful deck. And let's see. This deck is one that I work with specifically with one of my guides. And so I was very intrigued. Oh, tell me more. Okay, we've got some interesting vibes coming up here for this moon. All right, I want one more. This is intriguing. It is Beltane season still, so I'm really not. Whoa, okay. My guide has some spicy things to say for us about this season. I'm very interested in this in the Scorpio energy. So the first card is Merkaba. This one really made sense for me as the first draw. This is really about connecting with other layers of ourselves, our souls, our reality. It's about having access to past information. Actually, this came up in my journal this morning, now that I think about it, in my card this morning. Like, this is a time, I think this is very Scorpio energy, that very intuitive, mystical energy, where we can look back at the past, even past lives, if you believe in such a thing, to retrieve information about where we're going next and what's coming in. And the Merkaba I actually associate with shielding practices and being completely, utterly held by the universe. And so the Merkaba is something that I picture surrounding myself, this literal shape, this pyramid on pyramid, as this dimension of shadow light overlay, masculine feminine overlay, physical and spiritual overlay, where we can do really deep journey work. So if you're being called into journey work at this time, there's something here for you to work with this symbol and to tune into its protective energies, its how it helps us connect with our consciousness, with other layers of reality, with our intuition. That's what's here with this one. Then we have two cards that I'm like, ooh, what spicy, spicy things are we being called into? Because the first one is the tantric journey. So these two really came up with a pair. We have the tantric journey, and then we have passion. So what am I getting from this in the scheme of Scorpio in the midst of Beltane season is that we're here to connect at this point in time with this both physical and spiritual energy. And that's this joining that's happening in the tantric journey, this joining of physical and spiritual. This does not have to be sexual in nature, though it absolutely could be, if that's for you. But this intrinsic wisdom that we are whole, that we are complete, and that we can awaken to more levels of joy, desire, pleasure, passion when we are able to commune with that duality without being tied to the duality. That's the message that's coming through here. So this energy exists within us. It can exist within dyads. It's asking us to consider all of the multi dimensions of our life, which really goes back to this Merkaba as well. This is very interesting to work with this guide in this way. Um, like I said, I don't normally work with this deck. And then the last one was passion. Oh, I love that. I'm taking Tantric Priestess class right now, and it's amazing. That's super cool. So, this passion card, what was really coming in during that meditation was how important our dreams are to us, how important that magical spark is to us, yet the fact that there can be these things blocking the way. That spark, this is actually a great depiction of that inner spark. This was kind of what I was seeing with that inner light of just this glowing force within that is our passion, our purpose, our meaning, our drive. So this season, how can you connect into that passion, purpose, and drive? Sorry for that loud noise. The frequency of passion is where we find those inner insights, where we move out of chaos and into calm. That was really that message in the storm there, and where intensity can be used as a signifier, it can be used as a messenger, but that we can find balance with that intensity. And it leads to this long lasting wisdom that is very passionate. So, the message I'm getting here when I look at the story is a reminder that we're protected, a reminder that we are already whole, and that we also find wholeness and expansion in that tantric duality, that inner sense of wholeness and connection outside of ourselves, the balance of light and dark, masculine, feminine, not in a gendered way, always have to caveat with that, and the frequency of our passions, that spark driving us forward. So, this Scorpio energy's been very interesting, very squirrely, but as I went through that, as I was in that journey, I did feel a calming coming down that we have to go sit with it. We have to sink in and be with what's here, what is really here for us to be with, look at, play with, have fun with, and again, confront maybe, but not in that violent way that we often think of confrontation that is separating, but confront as in show up for and be with what's really here. So I hope this Scorpio energy treats you well. Uh, it's certainly been pretty interesting for me over here today, but we're just on the journey. We're just doing our best in this human existence. So be kind to yourself and know that I'm always here. I am here every new moon and full moon to hold these spaces so that you can tune in and be with whatever is arising. So if you want to be notified about these circles and make sure that you never miss them, you can go to livinglunas.com/moon so you can get those little email reminders. They come out a few days in advance and then right before so that you never miss a stream. And you know where to go to get the replay link if you can't tune in live. And as always, if you have the means and desire to do so, please consider donating at livinglunas.com/donate. These are free for the public and will be for as long as I can feasibly continue to do them, as they're my heart offering. But I so appreciate those of you who send in donations because it keeps the show running behind the scenes. So, be gentle with yourself is really the end message here, because the big feelings are here for us. They're here for us to work with. I do have a couple of things coming up, a couple of events that you might be interested in. There's a free summit coming up on May 30th that my friend Dory is hosting. It is a beautiful garden themed mental health summit, and speakers will be on all day. So you can find out more about that over on my page. Um, I'll also drop links below here. And then I have a little workshop coming up on June 2nd that is in early bird right now. If you use the code FORCE11, that you can also see on my page. I'll post some comments. That early bird is over in 3 days on the 15th, after which the event will be $22. But that is for us to join in a Zoom room together where everyone has the opportunity to share their empowered next steps in the community after we go through some guided journaling and journey work together. So if you are interested in that, feel free to reach out or go look on my platforms and you can find all of those details. Otherwise, we will be back in a couple of weeks for our new moon. And let's just continue to hold this vision that the collective is going to rise together, that all of the work we're doing here together, all of the work that we are doing within ourselves, within this community space, is impacting the collective in the best way possible, and that we are living our purpose and our meaning, and that is worth it all. So I am here for you, cheering you on. You know where to reach me if you need me. I love you. I see you. I believe in you. I'm cheering you on as always. Until next time, I'm Safrianna Lughna, the Queer Spirit Guide. Bye for now.